Decision podcasts by the New York Prosecutors Training Institute are made possible by VoicePods. Convert your text to voice at voicepods.com. Read this decision at NYPTI Law. www.nypti.org/law.
People v. Vincent Meyers, decided on May 9, 2019. Memorandum. The order of the Appellate Division should be affirmed. While preparing defendant's appeal, counsel discovered a purported jury note, marked as Court Exhibit 14, in the court file maintained by the county clerk. Significant ambiguity existed in the record concerning the circumstances in which the exhibit was marked and entered into the court file, including ambiguity as to whether the jury sent the exhibit to the court or, instead, began drafting it but discarded it in favor of sending other, substantially similar notes. The purported note was sequentially marked after the jury note stating that the jury had reached a verdict and was duplicative of other jury notes undisputedly received and read into the record by the court. Further, no other reference to the exhibit existed on the record or in the court file. The Appellate Division directed Supreme Court to conduct a reconstruction hearing to clarify whether Exhibit 14 was, in fact, a jury note requesting further information or instruction from the court pursuant to CPL 310.30. After the hearing, the trial court concluded that Exhibit 14 was a draft or derelict note that was discarded by the jury and never submitted to the court. We recently held that where the record does not establish that counsel was provided meaningful notice of the contents of a substantive jury note, the sole remedy is reversal and a new trial, not a reconstruction hearing. People v. Parker. However, the purpose of the reconstruction hearing at issue here was not to determine whether the court complied with the counsel notice requirements of CPL 310.30 and People v. Orama. Instead, the hearing was to determine whether, in the first instance, Exhibit 14 reflected a jury request to the court for further instruction or information, CPL 310.30, such that those obligations were triggered. Moreover, the finding of the courts below, following the reconstruction hearing, that Exhibit 14 was a draft note that the jury discarded as supported by the record and, thus, beyond our further review. Finally, defendant failed to demonstrate that he was denied effective assistance of counsel.
Decision podcasts by the New York Prosecutors Training Institute are made possible by VoicePods. Convert your text to voice at voicepods.com. Read this decision at NYPTI Law. www.nypti.org/law.